Well, Black and White Network, let's talk about the Democratic Party. This is a socialist party. It's a Marxist-Leninist party. The Democratic Party is violent. When these people don't get their way, they lose their minds. Now, we talked a lot about the Tesla violence that's been going on out there. But let's be real, guys. This actually starts at the top, from the politicians. Remember, guys, Maxine Waters said, what year was this, like 2018, 2019? She was actually telling people to get into the face of people in Trump's cabinet. Yeah, cause a ruckus, man. Cause violence. That's what the Democrats want. Then in 2020, guys, the Democrats burned down the country. BLM, the strong arm of the Democratic Party, and dozens of people lost their lives. The Democratic Party is a violent party. Now, that brings us to Tennessee. And there is a rep out there from Memphis, one of the most dangerous cities in this country, folks. Justin Pearson. He's a Democrat. Now, newsflash, guys, Tennessee is a deep red state. And Democrat priorities, their bills, probably not going to get passed. For one thing, the Democrats are unreasonable. Now, when it comes to the Second Amendment, guys, the Democratic Party wants to abolish the Second Amendment. Now, all these Democrats out there are going to say, no, we don't want to do that. We just want common sense gun laws. No, they want to abolish the Second Amendment. That is the end game. Because the Democrats, every single time, folks, they're trying to violate your Second Amendment rights. If the Democrats controlled every branch of government across this country, guys, you can actually kiss your Second Amendment rights goodbye. It will be gone. Well, Justin Pearson, his bill failed badly in Tennessee. Badly. And you know what he did? He actually tried to fight a Republican after his bill was voted down. This is the Democratic Party, folks. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is this guy right here, man. You know what? By the way, he's a fraud, too. I mean, he grows his hair out with the afro. He tries to sound like he's a civil rights leader, like from the 1960s. There's a video out there, guys. I wish I actually had it up because years ago, this guy wasn't acting like this. He wasn't. He was actually coming off as a sensible person. But nowadays, guys, nah. This guy is unhinged. He is super woke. Let's go ahead and play this, guys. Here we go.
The Tennessee House of Representatives. It is a pathetic excuse for you to not answer the question of why we are doing nothing about the gun violence epidemic than to personally attack me. But let me explain to you what I have been doing, Representative, since you asked. My brother, Temperance Darnell Pearson, one of the loves of my life, passed away from gun suicide on December 1st of 2024. And since that happened, it shattered my family like gun violence has shattered so many families. Shattered my nephew's lives, my mother, my father, my other brothers who are remaining. I buried my brother. I planned for his entire funeral. My fiance made his obituary. I made sure that he was taken care of, even in death. That's what I've been doing.
And you know what? I do feel bad for him. I get that you're grieving your brother. Now, his brother died via suicide right here. But this Democrat right here wants to use that to take away your Second Amendment rights. I mean, this is astonishing, man.
But also, not just that, I went to all of my nephew's schools. I met with their principals and their teachers to ensure that they are okay. I gave them and made sure that they had grief counseling and that they're seeing a psychiatrist. That's what I've been doing. And while you're talking about hard work, you need to realize that our job is not just in this state house with these marble floors. Our jobs are on the streets and in the communities that we serve. And so while you've been here passing bills that have been hurting transgender children, while you've been here passing bills that have been hurting the poor, hurting the marginalized, hurting the disenfranchised, while you've been here passing bills that have not ended poverty, while you've been here passing bills that have not helped people who need Medicaid expansion, while you've been here doing the hard work of making sure that our state is not the state that it can be because you have decided.
See, this is why Democrats are not going to win elections. Listen to this guy. He's not even being sensible. And in a deep red state like Tennessee, when you are a deranged Democrat like that, how in the world you expect people to vote for you?
Representative Pearson.
Reality of our situation is only to be.
Representative Pearson.
While you've been here doing that, I've been in my community.
Representative Pearson.
Meeting with young people, going to school, registering
Representative Pearson.
voters. That's what I've been doing. Hard work doesn't just happen with this legislation. It happens.
Representative Pearson.
And if you will, Chairman, just one more minute, because Chairman Former seems to think that he somehow
Representative Pearson.
seems to understand my life better than I do. You need to understand that hard work isn't just sitting there and shutting up and passing a bill. It's doing the hard work of justice and love and mercy. It's
Okay.
the voices of the poor and the marginalized, and it's taking your
All right.
and your pain and your heartache, and it's standing in front of people who you
Wow, the chairman is just letting him keep going and going and going.
know may not like you, standing in front of people who you know will disrespect you, people who you know will talk down to you, and saying in the honor of people like my brother, in the honor of people who have died from gun violence, in the honor of people who have died from suicide, we need to pass better laws.
Representative Pearson.
And fight for a state where everybody is able to live more freely from the pain of gun violence that me and my family are experiencing. That's what you need to think about, Chairman Farr. Come on. And if you can't think that, learn to shut up.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Learn to shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen. Chairman Farmer, briefly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Pearson, it seems that it's very common in your party when you disagree with a comment, and I was not disrespectful to you, that you resort to yelling. Basically, everything you just told me, you just did. I have a family. I've made sacrifices every year. So
Representative Pearson. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Representatives, we are, I know this is a very difficult time for you to be back up here. I'm sorry for all the things that you've experienced. You've been a great uncle. You've done the things that you were supposed to do to help your family. I understand that. If I was in the same situation you were in, I would be doing the same thing. I understand that. Okay, I know tensions are high up here today.
Disrespect is high, Chairman. It is.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do our best to be as civil as we can up here, okay? And I appreciate that very much. So, with that being said, I'm going to go to Leader Lamberth. He was next on my list.
Move previous question on the bill.
Previous question has been called on the bill. We have objection. Okay, we are now voting on previous question. All those in favor of previous question, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? No. The ayes prevail. We are now voting to send House Bill 1392 on to full judiciary. Does anyone wish to change their vote? Mr. Clerk, take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 2 ayes, 7 nays.
Watch this. This is crazy. Wow.
Take care of him, Justin. Come on. Come on, Justin. Come on, Justin. You're okay. Thank you, Justin.
You know what, guys? This guy should have been kicked out of the Tennessee House of Representatives back in 2023 when he was a part of an insurrection in the Capitol. Remember, all these people were like protesting, and him and like 2 other Democrats egging him on. Guess what? The Republicans kicked him out of the House, along with actually 2 other people. And however, people in this district could actually vote him back in. And that's exactly what happened. This man should have been banned from being a representative in the state of Tennessee. This man's violent. He's unhinged. But you know what? This is the Democratic Party in 2025. There are really no reasonable Democrats anymore. There are almost none. And this guy right here, definitely not reasonable. This is crazy, man. Democrats, man, you guys got to get your act together, man. You guys act like children. Children. And this man's fake, man. He's fake. He didn't used to be like this. Eventually, he got woke. Decide, you know what? Let me go to Al for a while. Let me act like I'm a civil rights hero or something like that. Nah, this man's a fraud. He's a complete fraud, man. You know what? The House needs to do something about this guy. They should actually vote to remove him from the House of Representatives. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.